Welcome to Oryx Learning. Today's lesson is on Unit 4, Systems of Equations, Lesson 3, Solve by Substitution. Kareem and Jaber went to McDonald's to buy lunch for their families. Kareem bought 5 McArabias and 2 orders of fries. Jaber bought 3 McArabias and 1 order of fries. Kareem spent $23.95, while Jaber spent $14.10. What is the cost of 1 McArabia and the cost of 1 order of fries? So let's set up our variables. First, we will let m equal the price of a McArabia and f equal the price of an order of fries. Kareem's food would then be represented by the equation 5m plus 2f equals 23.95. Jaber's food would be represented by the equation 3m plus 1f equals 14.10. If we would graph these equations in order to solve, you can see that the point of intersection cannot be read easily. If this happens, there are other methods to solve, which we'll go through in this lesson, and then we'll revisit this problem at the end. First, let's look at this equation and solve for x. 4x plus 2 equals 18. The inverse operation of addition is subtraction, so I can subtract 2 from both sides of the equation. Simplifying, we get 4x equals 18 minus 2, or 16. The inverse operation of multiplication is division, so let's divide both sides by 4 to isolate the x. 16 divided by 4 is 4, so we get x equals 4. Substitute 3y for x in the equation. X plus 2y equals 10. If I substitute the 3y in for x, I will then get the equation 3y plus 2y equals 10. 3y plus 2y is 5y, so 5y equals 10. Now I need to solve for y. In order to solve for y, we'll use the inverse operation of multiplication, which is division. I will divide both sides of the equation by 5 to get y equals 10 divided by 5, or y equals 2. Solve by substitution. So we have the two equations, y equals 2x plus 3, and x plus y equals 18. I can substitute in 2x plus 3 for the y value in the second equation, because that's what y is equal to. So we take 2x plus 3 and substitute it in, so we get an equation with just one variable, x. Simplifying down, we get 3x plus 3 equals 18. Now let's solve for x. The inverse operation of addition is subtraction, so I'll subtract 3 from both sides of the equation, leaving me with 3x equals 15. Next, we'll divide both sides by 3, leaving us with x equals 15 divided by 3, or x equals 5. Now we go back to the original equation, which was y equals 2x plus 3. Substitute in 5 for x and solve for y. That will leave us with y equals 2 times 5 plus 3, which is 10 plus 3, or 13. So the solution to the system is 5, 13. Solve the system. Negative 7x minus 2y equals negative 13. X minus 2y equals 11. So let's first look at the equation x minus 2y equals 11. I need to solve for a variable in one of the equations, and that's the one I'm going to choose. In order to isolate the x, I can use the inverse of subtraction, which is addition, to add 2y to both sides of the equation. This leaves me with x equals 11 plus 2y. If x equals 11 plus 2y, Then I can substitute in 11 plus 2y for x in the other equation. If I substitute it in for y and for x, I get negative 7 times the quantity of 11 plus 2y, the value of x, minus 2y equals negative 13. To solve for y, I need to distribute the negative 7, which gives me negative 77 minus 14y minus 2y equals negative 13. Combine like terms and simplify, and we get negative 77 minus 16y equals negative 13. To isolate the variable, the inverse operation of subtraction is addition, so I can add 77 to both sides of the equation. This leaves me with negative 16y equals 64. Next, I'll need to divide by negative 16 on both sides of the equation, which leaves me with y equals negative 4. If y equals negative 4, I can solve for x by substituting in a negative 4 for y. So if x equals 11 plus 2y, and I substitute in a negative 4 for y, I get x equals 11 plus 2 times negative 4. Simplifying down, we get 11 minus 8, or x equals 3. The solution to the system is the point 3, 4, when x is 3 and y is negative 4. So let's go back to our original example with the Micarabias and fries. So we have our two equations, 5m plus 2f equals 23.95, and 3m plus f equals 14.10. Taking the second equation, 3m plus f equals 14.10, I'm going to solve for the variable f. In order to solve for f, I will subtract 3m from both sides of the equation. This leaves me with f equals 14.10 minus 3m. Now I can take the other equation and substitute in 14.10 minus 3m for the f value. Simplifying down, we get 5m plus 28.20 minus 6m equals 23.95. Combine like terms, 5m minus 6m equals negative 1m. In order to isolate the variable, I can subtract 28.20 from both sides of the equation, leaving me with negative m equals negative 4.25. The opposite of multiplication is division, so I'm going to divide both sides by negative 1, leaving me with m equals 4.25. Now that I know the value of m, I can substitute that in and solve for f. So f will equal 14.10 minus 3 times 4.25. Simplifying, we get f equals 1.35. This means that a Micarabia is $4.25 and an order of fries is $1.35. In conclusion, our steps to solving by substitution: first, we must solve for a variable in one of the equations. Second, substitute this in to the other equation. Third, we will solve for the variable. Fourth, substitute this value in to the second equation, and then write the answer as an ordered pair, xy. That is our lesson for today. Thank you for joining us.